Welcome to what is definitely not a Ford Ranger review. Although if it was a Ford Ranger review, I would say this is a 3-liter V6 producing 184 kilowatts. But you already know that. So no matter how many times you see a Ford Ranger, it's not a Ford Ranger review. It just happened to be there when I was filming. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to drive the Ford Ranger, which I'm not reviewing. And then I'm going to buy some mangoes. Of course, I have to play with some firewood before I go out for a drive in this beautiful golf estate. After that, I'm going for another drive around these trees. And then I'm going to stand in the rain just so I can close the roller shutter. I've got a lot of things to show you, so allow us to get started. I'd like to kick off this video by giving a shout out to my sponsor, Cars.coza. Look, Ranger things. So Cars.coza has new billboards throughout the country. You'll see them when you're driving. Anyway, coming back to what is not a Ford Ranger review, we took the Ford Ranger on a road trip to, guess where? Someone is saying Dalstrom. No, on a road trip to Kenya. Shout out to all the locals in Kenya. Just take a look at that beautiful Kenyan sun. If you think I'm lying, look, I've driven this car over 4,000 kilometers in the last month. That is the same distance as driving from Johannesburg to Kenya. Although I didn't drive to Kenya, I was just driving around here locally. But this just goes to show, if I wanted to drive to Kenya, I could have. But of the many places I actually went to with this Ford Ranger, two stood out. The first one being, yes, you guessed it, Dalstrom. Dalstrom is beautiful. I am a Dalstrom fan. I will forever hype Dalstrom from here going forward. So, after we went to Dalstrom for the first time, if you haven't seen my previous review, check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. We decided to tell our friends and family about Dalstrom, and they loved it. So, we decided to spend the holidays over here. Okay, the word holidays is a bit of an exaggeration. It was 2 days. Anyway, the reason I am about to smile here is because there were a lot of people looking at me as I was taking this video. So I was a little bit shy. They're behind the camera. But the work had to be done. I told them, guys, you know I'm a YouTuber and YouTubers need to take videos of things. But where are my manners? Welcome to house 1. It has a stove, it has a kettle, fully furnished. You have plates, a microwave, a fridge, whatever you need is right here. And as I mentioned in my last review, I now love fireplaces. Whoop, whoop, proper stuff. Every house should have a fireplace, but if you're into braaiing, there is a braai stand in the corner and there's an even bigger one over there. This was my first time trying to open it. I assure you, I opened it later. So this house is a 4-bedroom house. 2 bedrooms downstairs. This is my favorite one because you can see the Ford Ranger, which I'm not reviewing in this video because you specifically told me not to, and I listen. That's the bathroom. So each of the bedrooms have bathrooms. The second bedroom is similar to the first one, so I don't really have to show you. The other 2 are upstairs, and this is the first one, which looks the same as the 2 downstairs. So let's go to the main bedroom. This is where you want to be. It's much bigger and it has a view. You can see your Ford Ranger from here, and it even has this space. If you know what this space is for, let me know in the comments. Clothes maybe, I don't know. But the main thing here is the tub. This is that tub that says, I have money. Bathing is not even about bathing anymore. It's just about relaxing. You just do it for fun. Imagine bathing for fun, guys. Proper stuff. Now, because I drive a bakkie, I was in charge of handling all the stockfell items. So, if you want to be in charge of all the stockfell food, get a bakkie. And when you get a bakkie, make sure you get a roller shutter. Is what I would say if this was a Ford Ranger review, but it's not. So let's go back to the golf estate. This place is beautiful. And I know some of you have money and you're thinking, how much will it cost me to buy a house here? Well, because of Mr. How much, I'll tell you. According to a billboard I saw outside the estate, you can get a stand from around 700,000 Rand going up. And then the building, I don't know, I might lie to you. Please, if you know how much it costs to build a house, any house, let me know in the comments. I'm curious, I wonder. Is it cheaper to build a house or just buy a house that's complete? Let me know in the comments. Personally, I prefer a house that's done. Building looks like a lot of stress, especially when expenses start going a little higher than you expected. So with buying, if the house is 5 million Rand, it's 5 million Rand, you know the price. But yeah, where do you guys stand? What do you prefer? Because this is not a Ford Ranger review, I can ask you random things. Would you rather build a house or just buy a house that's done? On a side note, I just have to say, this is by far the most beautiful golf estate I've been to. And I've been to a lot of them, but this one is like nothing else. Well done, Dalstrom. Well done. As I mentioned earlier, we had to hire 2 houses because we were a big group. This brings me on to house number 2. It even has a garage, but because I liked seeing the Ford Ranger on a driveway, I hardly ever put it in the garage at all. You just know you're in the right neighborhood when even your neighbor's house makes your car look cool. Ah, look at Batman. Proper stuff. Anyway, let's take a quick look at house number 2. It's not as big as house number 1, but it's still pretty nice. It's fully furnished. You've got a kitchen. Yeah, that's me touching the kitchen. Living room, plates, TVs, fridges, microwaves, everything you'd need. But the real party trick with this house is, come see. Wait for it, the view. It has a beautiful view. I know it's a bit misty right now, but the view is proper. Which makes me wonder, would you rather have a bigger house without a view, or a slightly smaller house but with a view? Let me know in the comments. But you still have this massive area to just chill with your friends and appreciate the view. Coming to the bedrooms, all 4 bedrooms in this house are identical, exactly the same. As you can see, nothing much going on over here. Bedroom, each one with a bathroom, and that's it for house number 2. Oh, it also has a fireplace, very important. And you know what else is very important? Yes, you guessed it, liking and subscribing. If you haven't liked this video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Support local YouTube, guys. It's the right thing to do. We're still on the road to 80,000 subs by March, so please do the right thing. Share the channel with your friends. So the next day we decided to go out and look for some activities, something to do. So we had a quick drive to Dunkeld Equestrian Estate. It's the place with the nice trees. You also saw them in my previous review. Proper stuff. So we did a mini convoy and we went straight there. According to a brochure I found the last time I'd visited, you can do a lot of activities in this place. They have horse riding, there's quad bikes, I think there's even fishing. Speaking of fishing, I think I want to try fishing. I just want to see what people enjoy in catching a fish and then just throwing it back in the water. I'm curious. But hold that thought. I just want to give a quick shout out to all polo drivers out there. I see you. Shout out. I acknowledge you guys. So I took a video of this duck. This duck was just screaming. It was screaming. So I took a video of it. Anyway, we moved on towards the Dunkeld Equestrian Estate in hopes of finding something to do, but the weather was not on our side. It would rain, it would get cloudy, it would stop. We thought it would clear up, it never did, so we all just ended up leaving. For me, I just see it as a perfect excuse to come back to Dalstrom sometime in the future and check out some of those activities like fishing. Very curious about fishing. Now I know there's someone watching this video and thinking, Mr. How much? You've done a Ford Ranger before. Let me explain. So in December, car brands actually close. I know this is hard to believe, but they go on holiday. So while they're on holiday, there are no test cars. That is why if you'll check on your YouTube, there are not a lot of reviewers who review cars during December. So that basically means you can only do videos of the car you have in December. So 2 options. Either I just don't post until things start moving again around February, or I just post what I have. But besides, I can review the exact same car 3 times and make each review feel different. If you don't believe me, check my previous review of this car back when it was still called Josiah. I've renamed it Batman because Batman is cooler. So when we're done at the equestrian estate, we decided to drive back to the golf estate, which I haven't told you about yet. It is called Highland Gate Golf and Trout Estate. You can Google it, there's the name there as well. Very beautiful place. Even as you enter, you're welcomed by this beautiful fountain. Proper stuff. I really love this place. If you're looking for a place that is beautiful, has poor network, in the middle of nowhere, but has nice views and nice houses, honestly, look no further. This is the place for you. But if for some reason you're not a multi-millionaire and you can't buy a house here yet, you never know, one day is one day, you could always book a place like we did. So per night, each house was around 4,800 Rand, and it's not bad considering there are 4 bedrooms that each sleep 2 people. So between the 8 of you, 4.8 divided by 8 is only 600 per person. And if you want to be romantic, which I recommend, and pay for someone else, that is still only 1.2 for you and whoever else. So you and all your friends can just go there, chill, have a braai, but please be responsible with people's houses. Don't break stuff and do funny things. So if you had no plan for Valentine's Day, I've done my part. I've given you a suggestion. I've shown you a place. Don't say I never told you. For those wondering what they are watching right now, this is a video of Junior starting a fire. In case you've never seen someone start a fire for a braai. So you just put the lighters in there, turn on the lighters, move the charcoal around, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't record the part where the meat is now there. I left, so my apologies, guys. My apologies. Speaking of leaving, at some point we had to leave these multi-million rand houses and go back home. But while we're there, we enjoyed. Beautiful place. If you ever have a chance, check it out. So you've just watched part 1 of this video. Depending on how this one goes, I may or may not release part 2. Part 2 is the one with the mangoes, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, if you're interested in buying a Ford Ranger, get this. Cars.coza has over 473 2024 models on their website and app right now. 2024, I'm not even talking about the older models. 2024. If you're looking for a brand new Ford Ranger or a demo Ford Ranger from this year, you'll find it on cars.coza. But from me to you, thank you so much for watching, guys. Until the next one, take care.